Tellico Village Broadcasting, your source of programming highlighting active lifestyles in our beautiful surroundings.
Welcome everyone to the Tellico Village Golf Talk. I'm Lynn Willis, your host, and with me as always is Chris Sykes, the Director of Golf. How are you today, Chris?
Doing great, Lynn. Thank you, sir.
It's kind of hard to say the November show when I walked in today and it's 80 degrees, absolutely beautiful, sunny, and it's November the 10th. Unbelievable. But before we go into all the great things, let's touch on some safety precautions as we always need to be aware of in this day and time. So what's going on with the golf course and COVID-19?
Well, COVID-19 is not going anywhere, as we know. So all the same safety precautions are in place. So we're still got the entry and exit one way going in and out of the golf shops. We've got our dividers up, our shields for our clerks. We routinely disinfect all touch points. We're disinfecting golf carts between users. So all the same protocols that we've been using since early in the year are still in place. I heard rumors of a vaccine, so hopefully we'll have something that can change things and get us headed back towards normal here soon. So all the same protocols are in place, but it's interesting, talking about COVID-19, just the impact it's had on golf. Obviously, it's a huge negative in the world, and it's disrupted all of our lives, but in a roundabout way, it's been a positive for the game of golf. And we are not unique. Golf rounds are up across the country, which is a good thing for golf, and there are a lot more interest in golf because it's a game of social distancing you can do in the great outdoors, and we're having record play here in Tellico Village.
I like the sound of that because I know I live on one of the golf courses. I've seen the traffic. It seems like that the golfers are accepting any of the precautions that you have applied to. They understand the importance of it. So it's great because when I was on the POA board and also the golf committee, it's really great to hear that we're doing so well and the number of rounds are going up. I mean, are we close to like any kind of records for number of rounds?
I think so. We're to give you some data. So year-to-date on rounds, we're 89,920 through October. So if you forecast that out, we're going to be right in the 100,000 round range. And again, golf's not slowing down. Like you said, the weather is incredible. So with the extended forecast being more mild than normal through close to the end of the month, what they're forecasting now, I mean, rounds are going to continue to be above normal. So when it's all said and done, we may eclipse 100,000 rounds, so I don't know if we've ever done that. Maybe they did way back when they counted rounds differently. But anyway, for modern times, it's for sure going to be a record year. And then you have all the ancillary impacts from that much volume and traffic in play. So we brought the merchandise operation in-house this year. So the POA, the homeowners all reap the benefits of our golf and retail outlets. And those proceeds go back to the POA, I don't know what the record would be there, but we're going to easily eclipse $300,000 in merchandise revenue this year, which is unbelievable. We had no idea really what to expect. We were budgeting, aggressively, we thought, in the $200,000 range, and we're easily going to blow past that. And that's taking into consideration that we had a transition early in the year, and the golf shops were closed down for 8 to 10 weeks. So it's just been an incredible uptick. Because of this negative with the pandemic, it's been a huge positive for golf and golf in Tellico Village. And the credit all goes back to the entire golf community, the support we've been given, and our staff.
Right. And getting back to like whether it's a record number of rounds, again, when I was back more involved, I remember always 72,000 or 76,000 rounds kind of being the budget.
That's exactly right. Yeah. You're very accurate. Our budget is right around 75,000. I think our high water mark was 2019 when we were in the upper 70s. But that's where we've been for a number of years. And in spite of some crazy weather, we've been that busy. And while I've got some weather data here too, Lynn, where our average rainfall for East Tennessee is about 48 inches. Okay, year to date, at all 3 locations, we've eclipsed 60. And at Kahidi, where you live, and you could testify to this, but it's almost been a kind of a monsoon season out there, where we're at 88 inches year to date at Kahidi. So all the thunderstorms that maybe missed certain areas all hit Kahidi. But thankfully, a lot of those weather events have been in the evenings.
Yeah.
We haven't had a whole lot of disruption during the daytime. A few rainouts here lately, but not many through the season. So even though we've been wet, we've been kind of lucky. And again, we weren't crazy hot this summer, and it's been mild this fall, not hot. Last fall it was hot, and then we went straight from summer to winter, and we've actually had a nice fall this year. So another weather tidbit is the average first frost is October 27th, and we had a light frost on November 3rd, and it's the only one we've had. So now the Bermuda grass has bounced back. Average first freeze is usually November 6th. We haven't had a freeze as of yet, and again, the forecast is fantastic. So we're going to be mild for an extended period of time. We're going to have some precipitation, I think, coming in, but again, perfect temperatures for golf.
I agree. So give me one word to describe your feeling about golf in Tellico Village.
Positive.
Positive, way to go. I'd say very positive.
Yeah,
okay.
There we go. You said one word.
You're right. You would have probably said, never mind.
There you go.
Let's talk about things that have taken place. We always used to refer to it as a member guest. It's now called the Red Tail Hawk Invitational. And I understand you had to make some changes because of the virus.
Correct.
How did that go?
Well, I mean, the biggest change was the time of year.
Okay.
So, historically it's Father's Day weekend, and that's where we'll be going back to with the plans for 2021, assuming we get the pandemic in the rearview mirror by then. But we moved it to the fall, and that worked out in our favor in some respects because the golf course is in the best condition in the fall. The weather's the most predictable in the fall. So we had a golf-only event, in this the past few weeks, and it went incredibly well. It was a golf-only event again, so we were able to, with a little bit smaller field, make use of all 3 courses. So we were able to showcase all 3 of our world-class golf courses. So we played Tokwa on Thursday, Kahidi on Friday, and then 9 holes at Tanasi on Saturday. And then we had a little different approach to our shootout this year. So we were able to make use of holes 10, 11, and 18 at Tanasi for the shootout, which are all right there in close proximity. So the logistics worked out beautifully. And we had 9 flights, so to get to our number 12, so we had 4 groups on each hole. And the way the shootout format works, where it's an elimination each hole, we did a shotgun start, and we brought in 3 wild card teams.
Okay.
So in addition to the flight winners, we had 3 wild card teams, and the shootout went incredibly well, a lot more efficient than it's been historically, and those holes hosted the shootout beautifully from a spectator perspective, and we're able to do so very safely with some social distancing. It wasn't an issue at all, so it was really worked out well. And one of our wild card teams actually won the event. Some fellow Kahitians, Terry Pashik and his guest Tom Olson. So it was just an awesome event. Again, the team did an incredible job. I thank you to our sponsors and the member guest committee, and all things considered with the pandemic and all that kind of stuff, I'm super proud of the showing we're able to put forth.
I've heard from the people that I know that played that they enjoyed it, and again, they with the full knowledge that certain things could not be done, and we'll do them next year.
That's right.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
we hope.
Exactly.
Anyway, that was very good. It's called now the Red Tail Hawk Invitational. The Red Tail Hawk being our kind of official logo, our bird. Of Tellico Village. I think 10, 12 years ago, we started the Fields of Honor event here in the village, and you have continued that.
Yeah.
We recently had that, did we not?
The Folds of Honor, we did, and again, that's looked different each year. Some years we had an actual event. Some years we've had an exhibition. And this year we did a marathon with the pandemic, the coronavirus, taking that into consideration. So we made use of the Finn scooters, and we had a huge day, a perfect day at Kahidi. So we're able to capitalize and get some good PR out in the community. We're able to make use of some credit we had with Cumulus and had a live remote with a sports animal. So they were out here and got us some good PR in the community. And the best thing was just what we're able to accomplish through that golf marathon. Through the support of the entire village, we raised close to $10,000 for the Folds of Honor Foundation, which is a big time record. We never even approached that. So it went incredibly well, and that money will go towards the families of fallen and disabled service members. So kudos to the entire village and their support of the Folds of Honor. It went incredibly well.
I think that depicts Tellico Village residents for what we are.
Givers,
we are
for
a
sure.
caring, giving, volunteering group of people that are willing to reach out not only within our community, but in close by and other national type endeavors. And I'm proud to live here.
There's no question about it. There's no place like it.
Yep.
The volunteerism and just how folks support causes like the Folds of Honor is unprecedented.
Correct. Okay, we always mention upcoming golf events. Can you give us a brief little summary of those?
And it's the season's kind of concluded in some respects. Our ladies leagues are finished playing. The HOA, New Village, or some of those secondary leagues are finished playing. The MGA and the Rainbow Leaguers play throughout the winter season. But again, with this weather, it's crazy. So we're trying to capitalize and continue to spice up the golf calendar, so to speak. So this Friday the 13th, Freaky Friday the 13th, we're just doing a unique setup, kind of a revenge setup. It's not an event per se, but it's just a way to spice things up and capitalize on Freaky Friday. We're going to do something similar on Black Friday, which is later in the month. We're going to do a par 3 event at Tanassi, so details will be coming out about that. MGA is having turkey shoot this weekend.
Good.
So their season climatic, the last event of the season for them, the actual last dedicated event, then they'll continue to have their regular league play. Santa Claus Open at Tanassi on December 5th. So, depending on how things go, we'll continue to try to just throw some things in there and spice up the calendar.
Okay, so all of these events, any of the pro shops will have all the information you need to know about the upcoming events this year, and then we will gear up and have a unbelievable 2021.
And we've been working on that.
Continue. A couple of things also people are interested in, like budget and things of that nature. You always. Not you, but we, meaning all of us, continually seem to be changing things as far as the unlimited golf and things of that nature. What is the current status of unlimited golf?
Well, we keep reinventing and trying to tweak programs, improve programs to drive utilization, drive rounds, and also try to maximize yield because we're kind of running a business here and we got to pay for ourselves in some retrospects. So. The budget process has been an 8-week marathon to this point where we've spent a lot of time working through the process. And, it was the first time kind of driving that process for me this year, being new as a director of golf. And, we worked as the golf advisor committee, our golf management team, and then we actually had a rate workshop. We never had one of those. And we worked together on, hey, how can we navigate and steer these rates for 2021? So in a nutshell, where we landed, we're pretty well out of the woods, and all that stuff's going to get formally approved next week. But we've done the heavy lifting, and I think we're in good shape for setting golf up to have a successful 2021 operational and capital. But some highlights, the unlimited programs, we dug really deep into those. So there's still going to be a great opportunity for our avid golfers for our individual and family unlimited, and those break-even rounds will be 71 and 109 respectively. But we'll have some marketing paraphernalia coming out later in the year as we move closer to 2021 to market those programs and help people understand. And a program that we probably made the biggest adjustments to was what was called the After Two. Now we've renamed it. It's going to be called the Twilight Unlimited. And we've staggered, created some more access because we discovered that certain times of the year, we would be packed up till noon, and then we had a little lull in the tee sheet, and then at 2 o'clock people would stack up. So some of those people that were taking advantage of the After Two wouldn't be able to get on the golf course till 4:30 or later. So when those windows presented themselves, we moved that forward. So for about half the year, they're going to be able to start at 1 o'clock, and half the year at 2 o'clock. So we've granted a little additional access, and we changed the pricing a little bit. So it's the same base rate. The base rate's going to be $525, but you pay for your card as you go at the Twilight rate, which is still a tremendous bargain. So the break even somewhere around 29 rounds. So it's still a tremendous value for a recreational golfer, and there's unlimited card options for all those packages.
Well, I like the fact that I think that you and your staff can fully explain what the numbers are and what they mean. So.
Yeah, and again, we're going to have a lot of marketing coming out. It'll be formally approved at our next board meeting. So I think we've gone through the process the right way, and we're setting ourselves up for a successful 2021. But some other exciting things about 2021, we've got a lot of capital items the next couple of years for golf.
What are we going to spend money on?
Yeah, well, we're going to do new fleet of golf carts. The fleet of Kahiti's going away. We're going to do new fleet of golf carts. So we're working through that process, working with all three major manufacturers to try to get the best deal and the best value for Tellico Village and get us the best golf cart. We're going to finish renovating the bunkers at Tanasi. That's been a 3 or 4 year project that we'll be able to finish up in 2021. Okay. And a big one, it's been a long time coming, and I know you're going to be excited about this one. It's right in your backyard, is we're going to renovate the front 9 bunkers at Kahiti. So that's a significant golf course project, the biggest one we've done in my tenure here in one fell swoop. So the plan is to do the front 9 bunkers in 21 and do the back 9 bunkers in 22.
Well, it doesn't affect me. I don't go in the bunkers.
You don't. Well, there you go. So that's perfect.
But I know other people will be happy.
But it's just going to have a huge impact on the golf course. And Kahiti's already a phenomenal golf course, but that's the one black eye is the bunker. So we're going to make improvements to those. So that's exciting. Some car path repairs at Tanasi, and something we've already kind of got started. We're going to fast track is we're going to extend the range pad and the artificial surface at Tokwa. So as busy as we are, traditionally we would already be on the artificial surface in November, but the weather's mild. We're still able to grow a little grass. That facility is extremely busy, but when we go to the artificial surface, we limit ourselves to 12 folks.
Okay. And
then you start to think about social distancing. It doesn't work so great. So we've got budgeted in 2021, and we're going to go ahead and fast track it in 2020 and try to get it in place by hopefully December. We're going to be able to double the space. So we'll be able to accommodate 24 folks on the artificial surface in the back of the range at Tokwa.
Being plans. It seems to be well in process. In the past a couple of months, we've talked about 2 items like Trackman and the fin cycles. How's that going?
Incredibly well. The Trackman has contributed directly to $80,000 to $90,000 worth of golf club revenue. So it's been used on a daily basis for custom fittings. So people were able to get them in the right stuff and have an impact on their game, and they're able to have more fun, and they're going to want to play more golf, and so it's a win-win for everybody. And we've been able to use it in some lessons, but one of the things we're going to start to steer it in for the winter season is we're going to have dedicated simulator days, and we're going to kind of dip our toe in the water. We're going to start out with what we're going to call Trackman Tuesdays, and again, there'll be some mailers going out to further explain that, but we're going to have dedicated tee times on those Tuesdays through the winter months at the Tokwa Pavilion, where we got plug-and-play access, and we're able to set it up pretty quickly. And we're working on some things where we can somewhat control the environment a little bit, so it'll be comfortable in there. So we're going to have Trackman Tuesdays and tee times, and then we'll just see how that goes, and then we'll be able to do more simulator events beyond that. So this evening we're going to make use of the simulator and play St. Andrews. So that's just a sample, but there's a bunch of golf courses, and there's a lot of different things you can do on it. But it's been so occupied out on the practice facility for fittings and lessons, and as we move into the winter months, when we're going to have days that aren't conducive to be outside playing, we'll have the ability to do golf simulation in a controlled environment.
And that's a very big point of that.
No question.
Yep. So, and the fin cycles, I hear people at Kahiti that use them, and they seem to be having fun.
And again, our internal slogan is they can turn a bad round into a good time. We talked about that. I had a whole episode about them, but they've been extremely popular. And if you haven't had the opportunity to jump on one, call the golf shop, reserve one, and get on one today and have some more fun out there playing golf. So they're here to stay. There's definitely a place for them at Kahiti, and we're excited that they're a part of our
And
portfolio.
You're also reviewing them to see in the future, do we need more or what?
Yep.
Making plans. First of all, I want to thank everyone for the wonderful golf news and information that Chris has provided. We are a golfing community, and it's really growing well, and I think it'll only continue to grow. And with that, Chris, do you have any parting remarks?
Well, I got a little closing statement here. So the weather's still ideal. The fall colors peak. The golf courses are in the best condition they've ever been in. So there's never been a better time to tee it up because old man winter is around the corner. I keep telling my staff, I'm like, hey, it's November 10th. It may not look like it. And, and it's Masters week, so it doesn't feel like it either. That's usually in the spring and kind of a launching point for the golf season. But now it's more of a climatic conclusion of the golf season. But we never really slow down. Things just may look different, but, just tee it up, Tellico Village.
Thank you for being here, and thanks Tellico Village Broadcasting for doing this for us. Have a great day, and we'll see you next month. Goodbye, everyone.